of my friends say, girl, you better take care.
Hello, welcome to the Stealth Community. Once again, we're glad that you could stop in. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let's share and subscribe. Tell others about the channel. Today in the breaking news, we know that Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the final day in Congress, and what she would like to see is the elected president and vice president work more towards the American people instead of foreign nations. GM kills about 102 million factory jobs, starting the layoff of 1,700 layoffs, which is triggered the Midwest town plant. Also, the U.S. has seized Russia flag oil tanker linked to Venezuela. Trump says Venezuela will give up 50 million barrels of oil, and this will be going towards helping the U.S. economy and the U.S. citizens. Michael Reagan, the son of former President Ronald Reagan, has died, and his family is grieving his demise. He died on Sunday. The White House is discussing options to acquire Greenland, says Marco Rubio. And Trump says the military is not off the table. The dad of 3 was shot and killed in a Target parking lot, allegedly during an argument over a parking spot. There was a major power outage in Florida. Residents were done without electricity Tuesday evening. Vladimir Putin has sent naval ships and submarines to escort rogue Russian oil tanker back to Russia. I'm going to leave a small comment here. With Trump taking over the small country, this may cause a lot of problems for Russia and China. Venezuela was shipping billions of gallons of oil out to Russia and China. And of course, President Trump has put a halt to all of this. What are your comments on how far this may go? Will it spike problems for us? Would it be a war? Who knows? But for right now, we have a president that is acting on everything he says. We also have another situation where there's a sudden failure for a car company. Over 148 million electric vehicles were exposed to fragile failure. And again, it shows how vulnerable the infrastructure is. Florida officials gathered in North Florida to outline the state's expanding role in immigration. UPS seizes 32 million in packages after closing the largest sorting hub. It says UPS has quietly turned a sweeping network overhaul into a high-stakes test of much disruption. And like I said, on a lot of these things, I'm just bringing them to your attention. What is happening is around us, so we can keep abreast of things. 6 women were found chained in a basement, whole as a man of a cooking body parts. The man was known to be cooking body parts. Tell you, this world's getting crazier by the minute. So we have to be, like I said, very careful on who we're around and notice everything that's going on. It is getting crazier every day with the way the news is coming out. It says Gary Hendricks kidnapped 6 women and murdered 2 of them in his Philadelphia home, holding them against their will. And at the same time, we have another ignorant individual that is harvesting humans to eat them. I don't know. Like I said, I'm only telling you about it. Trump says to the Republicans, if we don't win the midterms, he will be impeached. The Washington January 6 rioters, U.S. President Donald Trump said Tuesday that Republicans must win in order to get down the fraud and keep pushing forward. And Lord knows we finding it in every state. Those of you who haven't caught on to the Democrats yet and what they're doing and what's happening to this country, they don't want to see it succeed. This is why we're $38 trillion in debt. Everybody is getting a piece of America, except the poor people that are paying the taxes and doing what they're supposed to do. DeSantis says Florida is looking very seriously at bringing state charges against Maduro. A Russian ship carrying nuclear sub-reactors exploded en route to North Korea. And I guess India's name is in it. They're not taking responsibility for it. A lot of things are happening around us. Please stay awake. Catch your news if you can. There's a lot of good podcasters out here who are giving you the facts. A 1-year-old was found dead on a front porch, submerged in a container of water after her mom got high and reported her missing. Sick people in the world. The sudden death of the GOP lawmaker threatens Trump majority as a second Republican. California Republican Congressman Doug LaMalfa has suddenly passed away at the age of 65. You guys get a chance, you can look it up on Google. There's a full list of countries concealing visas for America. In response, Donald Trump is sweeping travel bans against 39 countries for nations who've known to take source in doing so. Pet owners are now told to keep your animals inside under strict law regarding where pets are to be kept during winter is set to be heavily enforced. Gunfire erupts as Trump says he's in charge of Venezuela. Gunfire rocketed carcasses on Monday night, not from the Venezuelan president palace hours. And I guess some people got upset with Trump saying he's now running Venezuela. European activists warn U.S. if you take Greenland, we will take all U.S. bases in Europe. People, this is drawing to be a closer situation than what we know of. Things are happening around us. We've got people just poised and waiting to do problems. We got people that are going off on the deep end. Like I said, how does it feel now that Kamala Harris and Biden have let 30 to 40,000 immigrants over here, bad cells that hate Americans? How does it feel to be walking on eggshells when we have enough problems with our own people in America? People, all I do is advise you to wake up. The rhetoric that the Democrats are talking and the things that they're saying, and they're infiltrating your minds, giving you that subliminal mind treatment, making you make crazy decisions. Even if they do something wrong in front of you, you still agree with them. You don't have to be worried about being called a racist or being called a fascist. Do what you know is right. Do what you know to believe in. Because their one objective, I'm sorry, it all points to it, is money. Bible speaks of money being the root of all evil. People, we're in a whole new war now. This is a spiritual war. This is a war that's going to require us to put on a complete suit of armor. And I'm not talking about an armor suit or Kevlar vest. It's a complete armor suit of God. Because you don't know where your enemies are coming from. You got one guy eating people. You got one guy just killing people. You have another one who wants to blow people up. And there was an ICE fatality. A woman was shot in a vehicle during an operation in Minneapolis. DHS alleged the woman was attempting to run over a law enforcement officer. People, I looked at this video and the woman was blocking the road. There's an officer in front of the car. She did try and run over him. And she paid the consequences. But to hear what the governor had to say and how he's inciting war in that country, in that city, is terrible, because I know he saw the same film I did. He accused ICE of not having to do what they did. They were not in harm's way. The problems that they cause, they bring it on themselves. They need to get out of the city, and they also need to get out of their state. And this is just an uprising. Instead of telling people, we got nothing to do with these people. I'm sorry, they have come here unvetted. They're making havoc. They're robbing. They're stealing. And you're out there fighting for them. Go home and worry about your family. Stay out of the reach of ICE. Let them do their job. Because you're not going to win against an armed force. Now, this mother could have been home, tending to her household. Yeah, you may not like something. It's called voting. It's called delegating. Instead of going out there putting yourself in harm's way, Democrat or Republican, because it can lead to anything. Now, she's deceased, and the foreigners that are here are still doing the same thing. They still are stealing. They still are robbing. And what did you do with your life? Nothing was solved. That's a shame. People, stay home. Stay out of this. Don't let Republicans push you into doing something you don't need to be doing. I remember when they caught the older guy, he's about 70 years old, keying Teslas. And he didn't know. They asked him why he was doing it. He didn't know why he was doing it. I guess I'm angry at Elon Musk. What did Elon Musk do to you? He goes, oh, it's just what he's saying. But did he destroy any of your property? No. Now you're going to jail. And he started crying, weeping. Too late. My God, you're a 70-year-old man. What are you doing out here? Voice your opinion. You got a right to it. Can't threaten people saying you're going to harm them, but voice your opinion. I don't like so-and-so. I don't like his laws. And that's that. You're going out there destroying the man's property. He has a right to defend that. Now, all of y'all would have been up in arms if Elon would have came along there, and the man has this big key and his hammer in his hand. He's keying his cars, and he turns to Elon, and boom, he shoots him. Oh, Elon's this, Elon's that. But what was he doing there? Why put yourself in harm's way? I'm just trying to make it make sense to you. We keep going out doing these things, standing up for these Democrats, because they're pushing you, and they're working on your soft side, your mentality. They know that you can get to just get you going by telling you, oh, they doing this and they doing that. They're going to take away your democracy. They're going to take away your funds. They're going to take away your Social Security. Trump hasn't done none of that. He's adding to it. My God, wake up. And I'm not a Trump holy man. I'm a God man. but I've got common sense. Please take a look at it. Don't put yourself out in harm's way. Also in Minnesota today, the House Speaker warns Americans will be shocked by the scope of fraud that is in Minnesota. The Minnesota Republicans exposed alleged fraud crisis with the House Speaker, Lisa Dumas, warning Americans that they would be shocked from what they see. Trump is also floats canceling the election and dismisses it to avoid dictator labels. Trump also proposes a massive increase in 2027 defense spending to the tune of $1.5 trillion. And I think we need that because there are sharp teeth coming at us in all ways. Also, Governor DeSantis calls for a special session in April to redraw Florida's congressional district. And most likely this would add more Republican seats. ICE has caught Gutmanlin and arrested him for driving without a license. And the U.S. Immigration Custom is enforcing and place a detainer on Gutlamayan and arrested him for driving. And they want to hold him against that in jail. On a quick note, my friends, we have to get smart in what we're doing. We have to get intelligent and learn how to read things the right way. Even though you may want to get involved in things, people stay home. Please, I don't want to see anyone get harmed, Democrat or Republican, because you can't solve nothing. The law is going to operate, and I don't know what you think gives you the right to run out there and try and change the law. One person does not change it. And it's senseless, but terrible that a person loses their life over immigration when these people are here illegally. What are you dying for? It's really sad, and you brought so much pain to your family at the same time. The U.S. military action in Venezuela is seen as both a blessing and a crisis to Russia, Putin says. And that's due to the dictator is down, but the oil prices, they want to know where that's going because Trump is taking that over too. The lighting of the U.S. operation to capture Venezuela leader Nicolas Maduro can be seen as both a source that is associated with joy and anger. Paul's Lindsey Graham was behind Trump's decision to topple Maduro. Conservative Senator Rand Paul on Monday pointed the finger directly at his colleague, Senator Soros. And we know that Rand Paul is a big rhino. And we're finding information out on him embezzling allegedly in some things he shouldn't be on Maduro's side. A lot of the Democrats are coming up. Reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein when they wanted to get all the information on him and they got lawyers to stop it because it was pinpointing them. It says China bans military export to key U.S. allies in Taiwan as tension rise. So, like I said, anything at any time could happen, people. We've got Russia, we got China. I'm talking about we have not only that, there's so much going on, and then we're not handling our own state good because everybody's in chaos. So it's a matter of like dropping a pin and watching things blow up. Also, people, I told you on the last podcast, do your due diligence to find out $2.5 billion settlement over Amazon Prime. And it says you can look it up to see how to file for your share of it. It says if you didn't already receive an automatic refund, now's your time to file and claim your source of the money. People, that'll do it for the breaking news. And I want to make sure that we learn from everything that happens. My heart goes out to the family and the lady that got shot today. But let's just stay in your zone, please. Get off those streets. Start creating havoc. Let ICE do their job. Y'all didn't complain and jump up and down when Biden and Harris had the borders wide open. And now for some reason, Americans, let's just get smart. These people do not belong here. Eating people, shooting people, killing people, robbing people, lying about every component that we have, every opposition that they can come up with, they do it. Every program we have, whether it be kids, whether it be homeless, whether it be food, I mean everything. Whether it be ETB cards, I mean whether it be phones. My goodness, I mean they have not let one thing rest to where they're robbing the American public and laughing about it, laughing in our face. And they're laughing at you guys out there standing up for them. Hey, this has been Stealth Community. We love you. Take a chance and hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow it so we can give back to you. And we see you in the next one.